amigos. In the car today, you read the title. Driving to the beach here, Costa Rica. Figured I'd get on here and talk to you guys about some things on my mind. And how important some things are. How important the little things can be to healing and getting better. The littlest of things we never even think about, like a car ride that we take every day, or a long 1 or 2 hour drive to somewhere, to some city. Or heck, I know people who commute 1 hour a day, sometimes even more. Will drive 90 minutes one way to their job. And someone like me, I have a tough time seeing how people put up with certain things and don't make change, because nothing changes if nothing changes. But Brendan, I got a job, I got bills to pay, I got things to pay. It's like, we got to sit down and reflect, and is our job, is our lifestyle hurting us, and maybe the root cause of why we don't feel great, why we're getting sick. So when you're in the car, and I already do this back home, the bare minimum that you should do is cracking the windows. Now, that can look like, if it's really, really cold and you're freezing cold, there's no way you're gonna open the window all the way. Just cracking it that much at any point, winter, any season, is bringing in the full spectrum of light. Because everybody has seen that TikTok, Instagram reel, or Facebook post about the trucker who this side of his face was completely deteriorated and degenerated and got skin cancer, and then this side was like still young and looked really good. Well, little do people know is when you're a trucker and you drive for a living, you're gonna have your window like this so you can talk and hear and listen. Most of them have it like this. That's even worse. We'll talk about that in a minute. But glass, especially the glass made today, blocks all of the beneficial. Some people say 40%, 60%. I don't care. If it's not the spectrum from the sun, to me it blocks all of the sunlight. It blocks all the beneficial red light that would have been healing that guy's face. Because the sunlight comes in a spectrum. Everybody has seen the album cover that includes a rainbow, or everyone's seen a rainbow in their life, hopefully. And it's a wide spectrum of colors. And if you only got one color, it'd be like, well, that's a shitty rainbow. So it's the same thing with the sunlight. So even when you crack your window that much, you're at least getting, because lighting in sunlight is it penetrates. So just the ambient lighting from the sun is getting through, and all of a sudden now we're getting red light, we're getting the whole spectrum, not just blue and green light that actually intensifies, especially through our modern glass. It just intensifies. That's why, when you're in a room with windows, you feel better, but man, let's crack the windows. Let's install screens on our home windows. Let's open the windows up, and in the winter, let's just crack it for periods of time. But also, let's just get outside, right? That's the whole point. I want to be in this car as little as possible, the minimum amount possible. So I'm gonna set up my life in that way. I'm gonna roll it up here. We got some trucks. No, I can roll this up all the way, because why? I'm crazy. I got 3 other windows down, all the way down. Also, a little pro tip out there. If you actually open all 4 of your windows, and if you have a back window or a skylight window, it makes it a lot easier to talk if somebody calls you and you want to talk to them through your phone or your car, which we can also talk about that in a minute. Maybe we don't want that as an option. But if you run a business, if you do certain things where you gotta be on call and available, that's important. But let's talk about our phone. For the longest time, in my personal car back home, I would have a spot right here, control in my car, where I basically could just place my phone perfectly and see it perfectly. And I would also charge it. Well, some of you may know, but some of you may have never heard it before. When our phone's on, and the Wi-Fi's on, the cell data's on, the AirDrop's on, the Bluetooth's on, it's emitting some pretty harmful RF is what it's called, radio frequencies, out into the environment right here, especially when it's in this cup holder, it's in my hand. Boy, how many people text and drive out there, hold their phone, or, oh my goodness, how many business owners and contractors I see out there that drive and do this for a 1 hour car ride. I mean, they're radiating their brain. Now, Brendan, I do that. I hold my phone to my head and I'm not sick. I feel okay. Well, then this video is not for you, right? This content, this channel, this story, this is for people who every little thing matters. The little things absolutely matter. Oh, this trip. We're rolling. What other little things matter, Brendan? In the car. Well, are you driving with a bunch of friends and buddies? Do you all have your phones out? They're all on. At least get them away from you. If you're driving here personally in the driver's seat, most people probably drive by themselves for the most part. Keep your phone, in the passenger seat. Keep it in the passenger door jam. Little things like that. Keep it in airplane mode. I'll have to make a video here soon showing the settings and how to get your phone in an optimal, going in the settings, get it in optimal modes to mitigate. And I've noticed huge benefits already from certain things. Not having cell data turned on when not necessary. I mean, guys, I run a business. So I'm thinking about these things in ways that if I can do it and if I can manage to find ways, the average person has zero excuse, absolutely zero excuse. Most people do not have to be on call. Most people have a job that they go to and they do the work at that job or on their computer for that job. So there's no excuse why you should be having your phone on with all these. We've known about it in the literature for over 50 years. And it's just amazing how people will call you woo-woo and tinfoil hat wearer. And it's like, guys, why is everyone so sick and depressed and not living and thriving in life? Like, why are we further away from God than ever? Why are we further away from family and community and valuing the wrong things? Man, every little thing matters. Every little thing matters. My high school football coach, Coach Ollery out there, shout out. No longer coaching. He had an amazing last year, and then he left. Shout out to Coach Ollery. He had a saying that always stuck with me. Right? You've never arrived. You're always becoming. And the way you become, in the process of becoming, is tweaking and reflecting on every single thing in your life and the entire process of your life, your lifestyle, who you're around, the things in our pockets, the things we're holding to our ears. Let's stop that. And also if it's charging, like I would have it in my phone, oh my goodness, all the time I would have it charging and I would be holding it. It's 100 times worse. Literally 100x more damaging to our health, to our mitochondria, to our brain, to our heart, to our organs, to our reproductive system. We can't have kids anymore. Man, we can go on in this car ride, but those are just some thoughts in my head, guys. Start thinking about the little things in your environment. And a lot of times, you don't need a YouTube video, you don't need a podcast, you don't need a book to find it. Once you start thinking about some things, your brain starts firing and thinking about other things, and it's like, aha, why am I doing this? Maybe I should think about why I'm doing this, what it could potentially be doing to me, and how it could be harming me. Just some things to think about. See you in the next one.